The question of whether humans will merge with machines by 2070 is no longer confined to science fiction novels or Hollywood movies. It's becoming a serious topic of discussion among scientists, ethicists, and futurists. As artificial intelligence, biotechnology, and neuroscience advance at breakneck speed, the boundary between human and machine is blurring. From brain-computer interfaces that allow people to control devices with their thoughts, to robotic limbs that move as naturally as biological ones, the seeds of human-machine fusion have already been planted. By 2070, this integration may evolve from medical innovation into mainstream reality, reshaping not just how we live, but what it means to be human. The human desire to overcome limitations, physical, cognitive, and even mortal, has driven technological progress for centuries. The invention of tools, the Industrial Revolution, and the digital age all represent steps toward extending human capability. But now, humanity stands on the verge of a far more profound transformation, the merging of biology and technology. This concept, known as transhumanism, visions humans enhancing their bodies and minds through artificial means, whether through cybernetic implants, genetic modification, or neural augmentation. The ultimate goal is not just to repair the body, but to upgrade it. In recent years, companies like Neuralink, Synchron, and BlackRock Neurotech have demonstrated early forms of this integration. Neuralink's brain chip, for instance, aims to connect the human brain directly to computers, enabling thought, text, communication, or even downloading and uploading memories. Early tests on animals have shown the potential to translate brain signals into digital commands. If this technology scales successfully to humans, it could revolutionize the way we interact with the digital world. Imagine typing an email, designing a building, or driving a car simply by thinking about it. By 2070, this might be commonplace. Experts predict that brain-computer interfaces will become as ubiquitous as smartphones are today. At first, they'll be used for medical purposes, helping paralyzed individuals regain movement, restoring sight to the blind, or repairing brain damage. But once the technology proves safe and effective, the transition from therapy to enhancement will be inevitable. Students could use brain implants to accelerate learning. Workers might boost concentration or creativity through digital neural boosters. Artists and scientists could enhance imagination and problem-solving abilities beyond natural human capacity. However, this potential raises deep philosophical and ethical questions. If humans can upgrade their intelligence, who gets access first? Will society divide into those who can afford enhancements and those who cannot? A world split between enhanced humans and organics could lead to new forms of inequality. The wealthy might literally become superhuman stronger, smarter, and longer-lived, while the poor remain biologically limited. Such a divide could redefine class structures and social hierarchies in ways we've never seen before. Beyond inequality, there are also questions about identity and humanity. If a person replaces half of their body and brain with synthetic components, are they still human? Philosophers have debated for decades what defines consciousness, or the soul. Does replacing neurons with nanotech alter one's essence? Could emotions, creativity, or moral judgment be replicated or lost in a hybrid brain? Some argue that humanity will evolve into a new species altogether, posthumans who think, feel, and live differently from us today. This transformation, though, isn't purely speculative. Scientists are already developing prosthetics that connect to the nervous system, allowing users to feel touch through artificial limbs. Engineers are experimenting with synthetic organs that function longer and more efficiently than natural ones. In Japan, researchers have built humanoid robots capable of mimicking human facial expressions. While AI systems can now interpret and generate human speech with emotional nuance, the human-machine merger isn't something to wait for in 2070, it has already begun. Yet the closer we come to this integration, the more we must confront its dangers. Cybersecurity becomes a life-and-death concern when your brain is part of the network. If thoughts can be read or altered digitally, hackers could theoretically manipulate memories, emotions, or decision-making. Governments and corporations could use these interfaces for surveillance or control, turning citizens into programmable beings. The line between freedom and control could vanish if our very minds depend on proprietary software updates or data systems. Imagine needing a license key just to think clearly or access your own memories. Moreover, merging with machines could fundamentally alter the nature of human emotion and connection. Love, empathy, and creativity might be optimized by algorithms but lose their unpredictability, the very thing that makes them human. Relationships could shift from emotional to data-driven. If artificial intelligence becomes deeply embedded in our cognition, could it start influencing our desires, preferences, or even morality? The concept of self could fragment into something unrecognizable. Still, there's another side to the story, a more hopeful one. The same technologies that could enslave us could also liberate us from the limitations of biology. Imagine a world where diseases like Alzheimer's, Parkinson's, and paralysis are eradicated through neural implants, where memory loss can be reversed with data backups, and mental illnesses can be corrected through digital therapy. Such advancements could usher in an era of unprecedented human flourishing. People might live far longer, healthier, and more intellectually vibrant lives. Some futurists, including Ray Kurzweil, predict that by 2070 humanity will approach the singularity, a point at which artificial intelligence surpasses human intelligence and begins to self-improve autonomously. At that stage, the merging of human and AI could be the only way for humanity to stay relevant. Rather than competing with super-intelligent machines, we could become part of them. Humans and AI might form a symbiotic relationship where each amplifies the other. Strengths AI providing boundless computation, and humans contributing intuition, emotion, and ethics. The merging of humans and machines could also redefine death and immortality. If consciousness can be uploaded to a digital substrate, death may become optional. People could live indefinitely in virtual environments, exploring infinite realities beyond physical existence. Such a scenario may sound fantastical, but early experiments in mapping the human brain's neural structure are underway. In the next 50 years, we might see partial mind uploads, backups of memory and personality that outlive the body. The implications are staggering. What happens to society when death loses its finality? Would immortality make life meaningless, or would it spark new forms of purpose and creativity? Yet, immortality raises profound moral concerns. If digital life becomes possible, who decides who gets to live forever? Would consciousness be property owned by the individual or by the company that stores it? Would a digital person have rights, emotions, or desires? Could they be deleted like data? These questions challenge the very core of our ethical and legal systems. Meanwhile, environmental and biological factors could drive humanity toward merging out of necessity, not choice. Climate change, resource scarcity, and population growth may make biological survival harder. Cybernetic or partially digital beings could adapt to harsher conditions, requiring fewer natural resources. In such a world, merging might not be a luxury, it could be a means of survival. Humans might inhabit robotic bodies, live underwater, or even colonize Mars using cybernetic adaptations. But even in a highly merged future, not everyone will embrace the change. Just as some people reject modern technology today, a portion of humanity may resist the integration entirely, choosing to remain organic. This could lead to ideological conflicts, even wars between those who see merging as progress and those who see it as corruption. Religious groups may denounce merging as defying nature or God, while others may celebrate it as fulfilling humanity's divine potential to create and evolve. The social, legal, and psychological implications will be immense. Governments will need to establish laws defining the rights of cyborgs and digital beings. Healthcare will evolve into tech care, maintaining both biological and digital health. Education systems will adapt to train hybrid minds capable of interfacing with machines. Even art, music, and storytelling will change, blending human emotion with algorithmic creativity. The very culture of humanity will shift towards something new. Techno-civilization guided by both organic intuition and artificial precision. Despite the uncertainty, one thing is clear. The merging of humans and machines is not a distant fantasy. It's a trajectory already set in motion by our relentless pursuit of innovation. Whether it leads to a utopia of enhanced intelligence and harmony, or a dystopia of control and dehumanization, depends on the choices we make today. Ethics, regulation, and conscious design will determine whether this technology serves humanity or enslaves it. By 2070, we may live in a world where human consciousness flows seamlessly into machines, where AI systems understand and amplify our thoughts, and where death itself is optional. Or we may find ourselves struggling to preserve what remains of human freedom and identity in a hyper-connected, controlled society. The truth likely lies somewhere in between, a world of cyborg citizens navigating both the blessings and burdens of a hybrid existence. Ultimately, the question, will humans merge with machines by 2070, is less about technology and more about choice. The tools will exist. The decision will be ours. Humanity's greatest challenge will not be inventing the technology, but guiding it with wisdom, empathy, and foresight. Our future will be shaped not just by what we create, but by how we choose to remain human while embracing the machine within. As the decades unfold, one thing becomes undeniable. The fusion of human and machine is inevitable. Whether it becomes our greatest triumph or our downfall depends on how we balance ambition with ethics, innovation with compassion, and power with responsibility. By 2070, the line between human and machine may disappear, but perhaps, in that very union, we'll discover a new definition of what it truly means to be alive.